everybody, welcome back. I'm playing Kerbal Space Program today. I actually recorded this a lot earlier. I'm just recording kind of what's going on now. So we're about to launch, and there we go. SCPs are fired up. Solid rocket boosters and the main engine. So it's a one-man spacecraft going all the way to the moon. Massively over-engineered. Way too much fuel, way too much power. There we go. There's the SAS. And we're starting to turn. I usually try to get myself on that 90-degree marker by 9,000 feet. As you can see, it's a little top-heavy, so it turns way early. Good thing we have enough power to compensate for that. It doesn't have really good handling, as I figured out. Hitting that 15,000 mark right now, and we're already heating up. Things are going incredibly fast. 1,000, there goes those solid rocket boosters, they've gone out, and we have a apoapsis of 100 meters, or kilometers, I'm not sure. Anyways, so we're gonna make a maneuver node, gonna be getting all the way around orbit, and excuse me, I'm not that great at doing a voiceover. Decided to try something new. So, figure out what I'm doing. Okay, we're deploying that fairing. As you can, that's the main kind of spacecraft, and we're gonna actually. Okay, there goes the launch escape system. That's actually the first time that's ever worked out for me, getting it off. So I was quite proud of that. As you can see, we're gonna actually let that bottom stage crash and fall. So I'm gonna warp to that maneuver. It's gonna be burning in probably, geez. It's gonna be burning in 5 seconds. Sped this up by 4, I think. Alright, there we go, and there's those boosters. And stage separation coming up. Stage separation, and then there we go. Sorry if I'm kind of narrating this like it was an actual space launch. Okay, we're gonna set the moon as our target, and on that periapsis, we're gonna make another node, get an encounter with the mun, and just gonna kind of tweak it, try to get that periapsis as low as possible. There we go. Now, of course, I had to mess around with it more, and it took me a while to actually get that good maneuver node, but I did it. It was interesting. So, I was very confused about what happened, and then I saw that. And that's a good periapsis right there, and we're good. I just realized, I just saw that in the background, but if we had gone over there, we would have ended up with the mun again. Alright, gonna be angling ourselves towards that maneuver now. I don't know what our pilot's doing, but we pass right over it, I believe. Yeah, we just go right over it. Alright. Before we keep going, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, all of those important things. Alright. Gonna be looking around the cockpit, very nice. I actually made a Kerbal for this. Her name's Avery Kerman. And there's the burn going to the mun. This is just going so fast that I am narrating after it's happened. So we have our periapsis. We're gonna make another maneuver node and do like we're doing a capture burn. Make sure to comment what you want to see next. Make sure to like this video if you want to see more Kerbal Space Program. And again, make sure to subscribe. Well, we're just waiting to get to the mun. Alright, burn's gonna be coming up any moment. 30 seconds there, which is now 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there's the burn. It's gonna be capturing with that Rhino engine. Very, very powerful. And then we just do a closing off. Alright. I'm gonna be lowering my periapsis from apoapsis, trying to get rid of that rhino stage, and then we're going to go back into a regular orbit. Actually, trying to land in that crater, big crater, but I didn't manage to get it to work because I didn't realize a few things. So I thought we were landing there, but I really didn't. But I was able to. It was fine. As you guys can probably tell, it went well, or I would hope. All right. So gonna be doing our burn now, getting that shrunk down, and then I wonder when I'm gonna deploy that stage. Alright, this is really hard to see. Okay, that stage has been deployed, and we're just gonna slowly turn around to prograde. Trying to speed ourselves back up again, not slow ourselves down. And by the time I was actually able to get to prograde, it was how I say it, we had gotten down pretty far by the time I was able to get to prograde. We had gotten down on our orbit pretty far. So we've ditched that rhino stage, and then I find it pretty funny, but I actually just made that maneuver node so we could just get in the crater anyways. Alright, and then that rhino stage just basically hit when we did. As you can see, it looks like it's still in orbit. So sped up, we're now 14,000 meters, 12,000 meters. And generally, as a rule of thumb, when you get down to about no, this was a little different because I was going to overshoot the crater that I wanted to land in. But as a rule of thumb, I generally, you take your speed is always going to be, you divide your height by 10, and then that's what your surface speed should be. So when your speed's lower than that, you're fine, but also there's what I just did, which was a suicide burn. And suicide burns are you just want to burn like your life depends on it, because it really does. I don't make any saves, just because I'm not in the habit of doing it. There goes that ladder. So anytime I crash into the mud, I have to restart the entire launch, which thankfully I didn't crash this time. Alright, we're just going to do a crew report, and we're going to get ready for EVA. And we're going on EVA. We're going to be climbing down historically from that rocket. Very slowly, nice and on the ladder, even though we don't need to. We could just use that RCS pack. Alright, and that's going to be touchdown on the Mun. And of course, you have to plant the flag. There's no other way to do it. I've only gone to the Mun one other time in this save, so I did the historic one small step for Kerbal, one giant leap for Kerbal Kind, and this time I was like, hey, she's the first female Kerbal on the Mun, so I was like, hey, let's just title it that, because I couldn't think of any other names. And we're gonna go check out that formation of rock there. I do have both DLCs, Making History and Breaking Ground. And comment down below if you want to get the spacecraft. I'll figure out how to send the file for the craft. Alright, and we're just gonna do an EVA report, surface sample. I tried to pick up the rock, like tried to get a sample of the actual rock, like how you can take rock, but it didn't let me do it. I guess it's just that formation. It's fine though. I've already gotten a Mun Rock before. I have gone to the moon with this Kerbal multiple times. First time, I ran out of I ran out of RCS, or I ran out of the EVA propellant, and so it was a long walk. So I just decided to revert the flight. All right, and we're gonna be climbing back after inspecting the engine, making sure nothing happened to it while when we impacted the ground. It's a very low engine, and there was a notification. So gonna be climbing back to and gonna be making our way back to Kerbin, which is Earth. And the audio was not happy with me when I was editing because I was speeding it up, and so it sounded very weird. So I decided to cut out that audio. I hope you enjoy the music. All right, and we're just getting a nice. I mean, even low apoapsis. There's really no reason to make a high one when you're going around the Mun, as there's no atmosphere, and it's a low bit of gravity. All right. And I'm hoping to do more live streams of me doing gameplay, not editing. I just decided that. Oh yes, helpful note. Now we can't even hear the thrusters, so something happened when I was recording that must have done something to the audio. So now we can't even hear the thrusters, so I can't even include the thrusters in it. So in this one, I actually had a lot of trouble getting my maneuver nodes. It was just a weird place for the Mun to be in relation to Kerbin. And for that maneuver node, I tried moving it around, all of that. But eventually, so I got my capture, and it's just crazy. Eventually I start, yeah, there's that moving it around. I was like, hey, there's a good periapsis. But it's like, that's really high, and retrograde, prograde won't really help. I mean, prograde did help, but eventually it just didn't. Because now you just see the apoapsis climbing. So we really don't want a higher apoapsis. That means we have more speed, and more speed means it's harder to slow down. And so I always aim for like a 32 1,000 meters periapsis when I'm going back from the Mun. Just be a good aero brake, but doesn't mean I'm crashing into the atmosphere. Yeah, so then I started messing around with those radio in, radio out, and I was like, oh hey, that's actually working. So turned out I just needed to use those. But yeah, I might want. All right, I'm just looking at this like tiny box, so I can't really see crazy well what's going on. And then we're gonna time warp to that. We're pointing at the maneuver point on our nav ball, so it's fine. And there goes that, and we're good. We're heading back to Kerbin, and so we're just gonna wait for the entrance onto the atmosphere. And then there we go. Just 65,000, 60,000, that's the atmosphere. And I was messing around with the camera and stuff. Wanted to get a good thumbnail, but in the end I just had to go and make another one instead. And then I was like, hey, that looks cool. So I've taken screenshots of those. So if there's a little like Easter egg, if you go into the map or into the pause menu and you hit F12, it's actually very nice because you can what am I gonna say? You can make everything disappear and you can just get really nice screenshots. So I actually used that to make my thumbnail, but my thumbnail looks a little different than the launch, but it's fine. Alright, and we're deploying those drogue chutes, and it was so long to get to the ground. We're going at 6 meters per second, so I've sped all of this up, and there we go, we've landed. Alright, once again, make sure to subscribe. It means a lot. And thank you guys so much for all those comments. You guys are making my day every time I read your comments. That's like, keep it up. Good work. So thank you so much. You've made this so much fun for me. And I just can't, it just is so nice. All right. Like, comment, what do you want to see? Do you want me to make this a series? Well, I'm gonna go now. Goodbye.